YouTube! How you guys doing today? It's Mike, Pratt Family Homestead. Hey, this is going to be like pork week, I think, here at the Pratt Family Homestead. You guys have been waiting a long time for us to give you the taste test, the results, and our thoughts on the pigs that we raised this year. If you're not familiar with that, we raised 4 breeds of pigs this year. We raised Mangalitsa, 2 of those, 2 Tamworth, 2 Red Wattle, and 4 Old Spot Berkshire mixes. So then they're all butchered. We didn't keep all those pigs for ourselves. We sold them to family and friends and coworkers, and then they were gracious enough to swap with us. So today's video is about the pork chops. We've already filmed the bacon video. That'll be coming out in a couple more days, and then hopefully a couple days after that, we'll just kind of do a rounding it out, round out the season, you know, pig video. But keep in mind also, well, so for these pork chops, 2 of them are smoked and 2 of them aren't. So that could play a lot into it. We couldn't decide who was getting what at the butcher. I mean, they're buying the pork from us and then trading with us. So that's how that is. And I want to keep in mind that we had these pigs on feed. All the feed they wanted, all the time. There was a period in the middle of the summer that we thought maybe they were getting too much feed, but then we were like, the heck with it. We just fed them. So if they wanted to eat, they were allowed to eat. I was kind of surprised with the pork chop results, so make sure you stick around and see what happens with that. I'd also like to point out that a couple of our pictures have been seen on social media that we share on Facebook, Instagram, our Facebook group, Pratt Pack, all that stuff. And the comments have kind of made that, you know, our blank pork chop doesn't look like they raise the same breed. It doesn't look like their pork chop. All I can tell you is I've taken pigs to the processor. They've assured me that that's the pig I'm getting back. And I get that pig back. That's all I can say. I'm pretty confident in the butcher shop. I have no reason to doubt them, and we absolutely love them. You can see our other videos where we talk about them. They give us a great product back. So without further ado, let's go check out these pork chops. And then remember, keep it track this week. Bacon in a couple days, and then hopefully a video kind of just rounding it out, I think. You know what I'm saying? All right, pork chops. Let's go do it. So here we go. What are you putting in first?
Red Wattle, Old Spot.
Red Wattle, Old Spot. We're going to have a taste test with all the kids and everything, and these are going to be...
These ones are going to go in the back one. It's going to sizzle below.
And pork chops are pretty easy to overcook, aren't they, babe?
They are very easy to overcook.
So which one's that you just put in?
That's the Old Spot. Now, those ones are not smoked.
That's why you're cooking them together.
Yes.
These 2 are smoked.
Yes.
And
this is Mangalitsa and Tamworth.
This is also Mangalitsa. I want to point this out. When I was at Mark Baker's house and he served me some Mangalitsa, his wife made some for him and I for lunch. This fat on here was so thick, and that's not a complaint. It made it so good. But I think a lot of this fat was actually more trimmed off from the butcher and then put into the back fat or whatever. So if that's not as much fat as you're used to seeing on a Mangalitsa chop, which this is actually quite a bit still.
That is still a lot of fat.
Now, I've mentioned this before. I think on some of our live shows and stuff. I am not a picky eater. I don't have a palate where I can tell all the differences in all the different stuff. You put food in front of me and I eat it. I put salt and pepper on it and I eat it.
Yeah, there's...
You're pickier.
I am pickier. But my pickiness is more about texture, not flavor.
There might be some texture differences.
There might be some texture difference.
Do you think can you guys hear it sizzling back there still?
It is loud.
So especially also the smoked pork chops. I am kind of,
so good.
We love them, but I'm kind of thinking I might not notice a difference in taste, but we'll have to see.
We'll have to see, yeah.
Because I am not picky at all. My palate just doesn't really care.
It sees food and...
As long as it tastes good or even halfway decent, just shovel it in and eat. So we'll see. Okay, here they are cooking. Oh yeah, that's what Jenny was just pointing out to me. The smoked ones are over here, right, Jenny?
Yeah, they look like.
They look more like slices of ham, and they look absolutely fantastic. The not smoked ones are more of a white pork, what I think of as pork chops when I was growing up. Overall, smoked or not smoked, I will take this every single time over the plain. Jenny and I have just fallen in love with the smoked pork chops. So I got to keep an open, we all got to keep an open mind about that when tasting these as well. Man, those are looking good.
I'm allowed to be whiny about it.
How's it going over here, Mom?
Okay, so these ones are sitting at about like 120, and these ones are about 130. So, that's typical. This front burner always runs a little lower.
And it's bigger. Oh, the front burner one's lower?
Yeah, so like I have to start this one at 6 and this one at a 4.
But a couple of these chops also look thicker to me.
These ones are thicker
Okay.
than, well, these ones are thicker than the Red Wattle. The Mangalitsa one, or not Mangalitsa, the Old Spot one is pretty thick, but I think that's just the fat on the outside too that makes it appear that way.
I can tell you this.
What?
It smells fantastic in here.
It does.
Hey, just as a little, can you show us what else you've made for dinner real quick? Because I think this is really cute.
Cute. So
Put your hand there for reference.
I made mini loaves of bread. They're right here. I don't want to drop this right here. Mini loaves of bread. They're like literally mini.
Yeah, they are so cool. The kids love these things.
And so you know, like those. What are those? Like the little brioche bread rolls. You know, they're the skinny ones, baguettes and things like that. Well, that's pretty much what they're like, except they're just like little.
That is so awesome.
So I just sliced them. We'll have little mini bread.
All right, I love it. And some
salad.
salad. And I get no cucumbers because I gag on cucumbers.
I don't like cucumbers, but I love pickles.
Yeah. Oh, look at these, man. These smell so good. We love the smoked pork chops. So which one's this?
This is Mangalitsa.
Look at that. And just for the record, Mark Baker at Baker's
Green Acres.
Baker's Green Acres will tell you have to eat that fat.
This is Tamworth.
Tamworth. Oh, it's a good looking chop. And that is Hidden Creek Farm. Okay, and these ones are the not smoked ones. These look more like what I'm used to have growing up with. Probably you too, right, Jenny?
Yep, that's Red Wattle.
That's Red Waddle.
I almost said that's a pork chop.
Good job, Mom. That's a pork chop.
Where are the Red Wattles from?
The Red Wattles are, I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. It'll obviously be in the description, but Idle River Farms, I believe is what it is.
And then that's Old Spot.
That's Old Spot. That's our friend Chad. That's Bonnie Doon Homestead, I think is how it goes by. All right, these are looking good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a chunk off of each of these, put them up here, and then cut a chunk for everybody, and we're going to taste them, okay?
Okay.
Now, guys, you guys know these ones have a smoked flavor like we've been loving. Kind of tastes like ham. You got to kind of get past that and try to actually taste it in comparison to these ones that aren't smoked, okay? But I already know you guys are going to like one of the smoked ones the best. So it's not even going to matter which one. All right.
The fat.
Okay, so this is Mangalitsa, Tamworth,
Okay.
and what do I got here?
Red Wattle.
Okay, what were you just saying to me about the Red Wattle?
So I just put the other pork chops on the stove, in the fry pans. And the feeling of the Red Wattle compared to the other three is completely different. The meat has almost like a squishier texture. It's not thick and firm and hard feeling. It's like the squishy goodness side of a porterhouse steak is what it feels like. Squishy.
And this is the Old Spot.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you notice the difference in how they feel cutting?
Not really. But this is where my sensories, like, we're the ones eating here. So if you want to touch and squeeze each one of these, go ahead. If you need to. I mean, it's not like we have company over or anything.
Is that cooked by the way?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure first.
Possibly.
Well, these
If
smoked
we get sick, we'll know.
ones definitely have more of a ham feel and texture to them.
These actually feel a lot moister
Yep.
than what I thought they were when I was cutting them.
Yeah.
Both of these.
They do, yeah.
Well, this one, which one is this? This one feels drier.
This is the old spot. The old spot feels drier.
It has a lot of fat on it too. That
Yeah.
kind of surprises me. Okay,
Okay.
Jenny,
Me?
you're gonna go first.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I took a chunk of fat off of each pig because we got to make Mark Baker happy and at least try a little Mangalitsa fat.
Oh, you be my guest.
You have
Did this come from the Mangalitsa or the Tamworth? It's in the middle. I think it's Mangalitsa.
I think it's there. You go.
Okay. I'm going to go with this one. That's what I touched. Okay.
Oh. Uh-oh. How do I accidentally zooming this? Faith, you look very excited. Okay, now that I got my camera, I'm on Jenny's phone right now. I'm not used to being on her phone. That Mangalitsa's pretty good, isn't it?
It is.
Jenny is the one. Jenny's opinion on these pork chops is the one you should listen to over any of us. Like I was saying, I don't think I'm gonna care. I think I'm gonna be eating some good pork on every single one.
Okay, so the Tamworth is a little bit more tender.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
And I took the same cut off the Mangalitsa and the Tamworth. It's that inside cut. I took the same off of that.
Yep, it's just a little bit more tender now. That could be a slight difference cooking it. You know, they seem to be relatively the same thickness, but you know, it could be anything. But
Now,
the texture of it is more tender.
Now, unfortunately, we have to move on to a non-smoked one, which is going to be hard to judge.
Yeah, it is. I didn't flavor these at all.
Right, they're not flavored. Nope. Which is going to be even harder to get past the smoked to the normal. Faith, you look really excited over there. They're like, come on, you got this food in front of us. We're not eating. Are you hungry? You're just waiting too.
Okay, this is really dry.
That's what I thought by touching it.
Old Spot's really dry. That is nice and moist. That is tender. That is moist.
That one's what?
That's the Red Wattle.
That's the Red Wattle. That's the one your parents and my parents are raving about.
And Betsy.
And Betsy. Right. Food for thought.
So, of the two, for me, is Tamworth and Red Wattle. It's between
Which,
those
you know
two.
what? I was talking about that in our Facebook group the other day. Pratt Pack. And, or was that on the page? I was talking to somebody. It might even been, I've been talking to Jason at Cog Hill Farm about these different pigs also.
Right.
But, so I was talking about fat quality and stuff, and he's like, I wonder what about a Tamworth Red Wattle mix?
Cross. Oh my gosh, I bet you that would be just amazing.
Okay. Look at these kids. Can we please eat sometime? Okay, that Mangalitsa is good. We've had the Mangalitsa. Mark Baker sent us home some before. And those ones weren't smoked.
Right.
And those were good, so this is good. No complaints.
Just a little bit. I mean, you still, the smoke flavor is the same, but just the texture of it's a little bit different.
It is a little bit different, and I think, and it could be the amount of smoke, if it was on an end piece or what, but I think there's more flavor in that Tamworth.
Yeah, I think I got less smoke flavor and more
Flavor.
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 Yeah.
Flavor.
Yeah.
Now, what's this one? I like it.
I think that one was the Red Waddle.
You're right, ma'am. I do. And I wish we would have gotten some not smoked ones so it would be true.
Right.
Oh, I'm so bummed about that. And this is
Old Spot.
Old Spot. It is drier. It's not.
It's not tough. It's just
No.
dry.
It's just drier, and I mean, if that's what we were eating and that's what we had, I would not be complaining. It's good stuff. I'm with you. I'm between these ones. Grace, can I have your fork, please?
I need to go flip these ones. Do mine.
Like,
Oh.
So not only are we not feeding them, we don't give them a fork.
I don't have a fork.
Okay, you can just give me the forks, Mom.
Okay. That one's hers because it's smaller.
Okay, guys, this is Mangalitsa. There you go, ma'am.
Huh?
Sir?
Can I eat it?
Yep, go ahead, try it.
Thank you. Mmm.
It's good? You like that?
Yummy.
Okay, give me your fork back. Don't eat until it's all gone, please. This is Tamworth. I am pretty impressed with that red wattle, more so than I thought I would be.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. What pig is this?
This is the Tamworth.
Tamworth. Okay, Mark Baker, I'm gonna make you happy, brother. Oh yeah, you guys want to try a little fat too?
Andrew eats all of the fat. He loves the fat.
I might spit this out not from flavor, but I'm one of those people where the texture of fat to me is awful. So that is good. That melted in my mouth like butter. You would not mind it, Jenny.
It's
you would
squishy?
not. You would not mind that. Here, we'll see if Jenny spits it out. You might not like the texture, but it's not there. It melts. It's gone. It is gone.
Okay, the texture is weird, but that is really good.
I know, right? And it dissolved. It was
did,
gone.
Yeah, it just kind of like mushes. Now I know why you eat it all the time.
And it, I think it absorbed some extra flavor from the fry pan.
Yeah.
I think. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was really good.
Okay, so where are you guys at? You guys are at Red Waddle.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun.
And these are cooling off, so that makes, and they're drying out now, so.
What do you think of the red wattle?
It's good.
Andrew's like, I'm starving. Everything's great.
It's good, but I think I like the smoked ones better.
Oh, I know. You guys will like the smoked ones better. I know.
I really like the smoked ones.
What do you think of the texture of the red wattle and the old spots, though?
Oh, they're good. I think it's really good.
You think it's weird?
I do agree the old spot is drier than the red wattle.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, guys. Forks.
Wait, what?
Mangalitsa fat. And Andrew's like, yes.
So is Grace. She loves the fat.
So good.
Faith's like, I don't eat
Okay, I'm
fat.
gonna try some Tamworth fat, and then that's gonna be enough fat for me, I think. Unless if I notice a big difference here, then
Might keep going.
might. But I'm just gonna take little bits. You know, really the same thing with that Tamworth fat.
The Mangalitsa fat, you mean?
No, Tamworth I
Oh, okay.
It kind of melts, but not like the Mangalitsa, and it does not have the flavor of the Mangalitsa.
Really?
Yeah.
I do not want to try anything.
Just so you know, I can prove me right.
No, I'm not game for that.
Andrew.
I'm not sure if the camera just shook with my shiver, but
Grace, this is Tamworth fat. Andrew, tell me if this fat tastes as good, a little bit less, a little bit more as the first one.
More.
Really? I thought it tasted less. All right. And then I guess I might as well try some. There's not much fat on this particular piece.
do it the correct way.
That tasted more fatty, but I think one reason these fats were tasting good is they're smoked.
Right.
So that tasted a little bit more like if you have too much porky flavor in your lard.
Oh, okay.
But better. But better. I don't mean it bad necessarily, but okay. So what's your winner?
That's tough.
Well, there's between two, right?
Between Tamworth and Red Waddle.
Yep.
And it is hard to make a completely accurate decision because one is smoked, one is not, and I favor the smoked. I'd say for moisture and tenderness and stuff, I kind of lean towards the Red Wattle.
Okay.
But the Tamworth's really good.
I'm also
But the Mangalitsa fat is really good.
I'm also a little biased to that Tamworth because I think
you kind of got your heart set on it.
I kind of got hooked on Tamworth when we were raising them. I don't know why, but I just really like the looks of them and everything else. And
Yeah, and they are a nice long pig, very well tempered. So I can agree with that. I would be fine with either one. So, I mean, even if we did a mix this year and then we did get some fresh and some smoked, and then we can really narrow it down between those two.
like maybe just raise Tamworth and Red Waddle this year,
Yeah,
and we would keep one of each and then raise whatever for whatever. And
yep. I think we might do that. Those are my two.
I think
Even taking in past ones, those are my two.
I agree. I don't know. I love that Hereford.
Well, the Hereford was really nice, but the first year we did get some really nice meat off the first one. So
and we were
sure.
supposed to actually do Hereford chops in this taste test too, because we just found some still in the freezer,
But we didn't get them out.
but we forgot to get them out. So
Yeah, I think we might. I think that might be up for discussions.
All right. let's
Eat.
eat.